Weekly News. Weekly News.
Education, politics,
Economics, culture. Weekly News, a roundup of national news of the week on Renouveau TV every Saturday.
Weekly News, the news to English speakers.
Time has come for our English Weekly program, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on Weekly News. Once more, welcome on Renouveau TV. This evening, we're going to talk about Women International Day, and for that, we four guests. The first one is Sitan Jakite. Sitan Jakite is Amnesty International Women Network Coordinator Mali. Sitan, good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome on Renouveau TV.
Thank you.
The second one is Jenebu Ibrahim Traore. Mr. Traore is an editor. Mr. Traore, good evening and welcome on Renouveau TV.
Thank you. Good evening.
The third one is Mr. Riba Traore. Mr. Traore is the leader. Mr. Traore, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Sagara.
And I'm going to present this program with Ms. Mariam Kone, journalist here at Radio Renouveau FM in Radio TV. Ms. Mariam, good evening.
Good evening, Sagara.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So, as I said, March 8th is Women's Rights International Day, formalized by the United Nations in 1977. The National Women's Day has its origin in the struggles of workers and subject of the early 20th century for better working conditions and the right to vote. Mariam Kone, is this celebration done also in Mali?
Of course, Sagara, in Mali, like in the international community, celebrates Women's Day every year, and an opportunity to pay tribute to women for their role and place in the process of socio-economic development. And the theme chosen this year in Mali is empowerment of women and girls through the commitment of all against gender-based violence.
Okay, so our first question goes to Sitan Jakite, Amnesty International Coordinator, Women Network Mali. Sitan, so according to you, how this day started?
This day started by a realization of the difference between men's and women's rights. Then, as the same human being and working in the same environment, they should have the same working condition and the same rights.
Okay, so yes, Traore Jenebu Ibrahim, Women International Day. What do you understand by that?
Thank you. I think that Women International Day, as we say, it is international. It is celebrating everywhere around the world, even in Mali here. And first of all, it is not really a celebration. It is about to think and find solution for women's rights.
Traore, why this celebration, Women International Day celebration?
Thank you, Sagara. Why this celebration? Because women, we have been a little bit marginalized, and we were like in the same equality as a man. And when we take a case of factory, why we struggle starting by US of the movement, ladies, women, that was in 1909, and later on it started in Russia in 1917. And through those people struggle, they fight for their rights. There was so many things that they were not able to, and after that, it has been adopted by the United Nations in 2075.
But I think that many things have been done. And do you think still that the women is not autonomous?
Economy is like, that will be not totally, but we are still fighting for in some percentage. We did not get it all those.
How much approximately?
Percentage, I can say maybe 17.
17.
Yeah, we didn't get it totally.
And what's missing?
So many things. Because when we struggle, it is not only the women in the city. We take some to the women in the village, in the local local areas, and they have no voice. Maybe when we talk for them. We have their voice. That's why I say when you are fighting for women, and you get that some women are getting what you are fighting, and there's still some. We don't want to have still. We want the globally to find all those women to get their rights.
Okay, so Sitan Diakité, what do you think exactly we must do to be at the whole 100%? What we must do?
When we have to contribute to that debate, we'll focus on what we know. This is our country's realities.
Okay.
Then, as she said previously, so many things remains to be perfect.
Yeah.
Then this would pass by, the equal access to opportunities. If I say equal access to opportunities, that passes to a better access to healthcare, reproductive healthcare, and a better access to education for children, mainly girls, and a better access to economic opportunities, a better access to political participation for women.
But Sitan, people, general women talk about gender equality. You, as coordinator of Amnesty International Mali Network, what do you understand by gender equality? Gender equality?
Gender equality, we understand in the way that men and women should have the same right as the same human being.
Don't they have the same right now?
No, we cannot say that they have that total equality in terms of rights acquisition because of our social, cultural, and religious perceptions in our country.
Mr. Aure Jenebuko, what do you understand by gender equality? So in Mali, generally, I think that women and men have the same rights. So why you always fighting for your right? Because you have already.
Yes, of course.
Why are you fighting for your rights in Mali?
Because we
Gender
have,
equality.
okay, because I think that we have many things to ask. Until now, we don't have all of our rights. For example, from two years ago, from 2017 to now, we have seen that 7 women have been killed by their own husbands, and we try to find solution, but there are no laws until now to protect women against violence and assault.
But for you,
Yes.
who should give the rights, namely gender equality?
We already vote for people to represent us and to help us to go on.
Sure.
And I think that we have deputies and we have a government with National Assembly, they really have to help us and find an adequate law for us.
But do you think that they are not doing exactly what they have to do?
I think we are taking time, and we are really taking time, but we need solution right now.
They're taking time. Traore, out of 32 ministries, we have 12. We have 11 ministries, women ministries. So don't you think that this is sufficient in Mali?
As I say, maybe this is sufficient for Mali. For men, they will say, oh, we have given you some places. But afterward, they'll just say, no, it's because of she's woman. As I told you, when you fight for something like this is just from the cities. In some parts, in some works too, this is the minister. Yes, I do like this place because it is little bit equality. But there are some jobs when the woman would like to take it, they'll say no, this job doesn't deserve for a woman. So even today I was discussing with some of my members of the club, they just say, women belong at home. You fighting, what for? Don't you want to be a woman who God will bless with your husband? And I say, yes, I did not disagree on that topic, but there is something that We have human like you. You breathe, I do breathe. You love and I do love. You like something, I do like it. Why you do is this play like have to just belong to you, and I do not deserve it?
Sita Jakite, I come back to Maram's question. Who should give your rights?
Is the government who should do is best to give our rights. Is the first protector of his citizens.
But I think you are working also in an organization which is really fighting for all the rights of human beings. But mainly, you also the coordinator of the Women Network. But what exactly, concretely, you are doing on that way?
Amnesty International Mali as an organization that fights for women human rights. Then what we can do at this level is to organize debates around the theme. You know, sometimes our governments participate to fora or conferences all around the world, and they come to ratify some convention and some treaties. Then the role of Amnesty in this context is to remind them their duty. Since they ratify this convention to protect or to give that rights to that given population, they have to accomplish their duty. Then this could pass by advocacies addressed to decision makers, or to organize conferences to clarify things to the population so that they can act concretely to remind those persons that we here, we exist, and we deserve our rights.
So, but also there is a little bit difference, as Tariba was saying. Here, women who are living in the capital, and also those who are really living in the background, in the villages, really far from many things. But how do you know exactly their needs and fight for this?
You know, when we talk about human rights, it concerns everywhere, in urban place as well as in rural place. And currently, the global movement Amnesty has begun a program that is called Moving to the Ground. Moving to the ground, what does it mean? To be closer to those persons that need to have their rights. And if we say to be close, is to be on every area, in rural as well as in urban.
Okay, now let's go back to Traoré Djenebou Ibrahim. So, Djenebou, the theme chosen for the series, empowerment of women and girls through the commitment of all against gender-based violence. So, do you think that in Mali there is a gender-based violence?
Of course, in Mali we have this. I can say we have this everywhere, but I will talk about the context of my country. We have, it is popular here. Yes, we have really gender violence here. For example, when you have to find jobs, thanks God we have chance to study. We had this, but whenever we have to go to start and search for job, we have many kind of things, many kind of attacks against women that we are seeing.
But there is attacks against men too.
Of course, there is attack everywhere. Like many people, we have different people in the world. But let's say that for women, there are many more than men attacks.
Okay. Yeah, Tariba, what do you think about gender-based violence?
Of course, Sagara. This phenomenon has taken a kind of shape in Mali I do not understand. Since 2017 or 2016 to 2019, how many women have been killed here in Mali? I'm not talking about Africa, here in Mali, by their own husband. Can you imagine? This is the fight that I was talking. is a little bit painful, really painful, and I can say shameful to a man too. How can you kill your own wife, the one like you promised in front of God and in front of his parent that you would take care of her? And that's why when I say women need to be protect, and the voice should start by ourselves. Even last week there was a kind of a meeting to Mariam, the last lady who has been killed by her husband.
Yes.
Women mobilize themselves to make their voice, and I know through the poem that people give to it, this poem and this voice will take out of Mali, and it can give to a courage to all those women who are still struggling this, fighting to, you know, so many women have in this problem in their own house. The husband will slap them, beat them, insulting them. They're even ashamed to speak out, and they will end up, he will kill him. You will be died, and your children will be suffering. That I say to women, stop being afraid. Talk to people. Not to be a revolutionary, to say, I don't want it, but starting to say no, not again.
Starting to say no, not again. Madam, you have some question.
But I have a question for all those ladies here. But Tariba, you like a president of Mali. What will you do?
Thank you for this question. As a president for Mali, they will say, that woman will say that when the woman will become, you will see she will change her face. My first fight will start by women. A singer like Milmo was saying that kona mahine msoula jamana konaya heraba for ni sena okostabiri donkula.
What does it mean?
It means that everything that you want to do, please have a special place for women. Take very care of them. As they say, God really loves ladies. What women want, God wanted. You want your country to be developed, first starting by women.
Yes, but Sitan Jakti, there is a paradox here because every time we say about human rights, but when there is a election, generally most of women vote for men instead of voting for women candidates. Why?
An easy question to understand and to answer. I was saying previously that based to our cultural and religious perceptions, we know women are prevented to many things. That's why when we started the political elections, even if women are interested, at the last minute, a man will contact her, or a friend of his, her husband will contact her to see the place to another man because her place is inside, not outside.
Why do they accept? Why do they accept that?
They accept because of the link of marriage. You know, it's badly perceived in our society to see divorced women, single women, and it's a trauma that they cannot bear in their life. That's why, even if they like it, finally, for these social norms, they give up.
Okay.
That is really complicated because, Jenebu, do you think that, don't you think that women also must do something, and what can be?
Of course, women have to do many things. Like as we say, we have already some numbers of women in the National Assembly, but we need more because we have ideas and we need to talk about it, and we need to be placed on films, on government activities.
Okay. But Tariba, don't you think that we need also more commitment?
Yes, of course. We need more commitment. When you take it, you will say that women is more than men. How is it that most of the good posts, good places is occupied by men?
Really? The question
Men,
is
they are putting in our mind that we are weak, that our place always belongs to back, not in front. That's where sometimes women lose confidence in ourselves.
self-confidence.
We lose self-confidence, and even your family should play a role. They will tell you that women should not start in a lot, otherwise you will not get husband. Like if you learn more than your husband, or you have a lot of money than your husband, you will not get husband. Sometimes they put this on your mind that you will just giving up. That's why we really need to be more confident. We can't do this and without ourselves, to join hands, always talking to ourselves, our problem. That's why we get more confident to ourselves.
You also think the same thing?
Yeah, I would say that women are committed, but what lacks is to have the appropriate strategies of struggle that passes through the different women association and the organization like Amnesty, to do those women to understand what or the process or the fight. How should they fight to reach their goal?
You must find the right strategies.
Yeah, the appropriate means.
Okay, Sita is a coordinator of Amnesty International to Mali. Did you notice violence based on women in Mali?
Yes, of course. You know, societies are different. Those things that considered as, how to say, violence based on gender.
Yeah, gender.
Then in our African context, particularly in Mali, it's different. Then gender-based violence in our country, the easy example, economically, the girl studies at a certain level. She has his diploma, but she is not allowed to go to work because of her status of a woman. This is a gender-based violence.
Is that the reality here in Mali?
Yes, it do exist in our country. Yeah.
But all these daddies, they studies and now they're working.
Those are minorities among.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But don't you think that there is a little changement happen now, year by year?
Yes, of course. We notice a great change.
Okay, so as is gender-based violence in general, we're talking about women. What about men as Amnesty coordinator here? There is no violence against men, according to your analysis?
Of course, there is. Because when we talk about a couple married, it's a boy and a girl. Then at this time, the boy doesn't have that conscience, or even so, he is not allowed to to protest. Then at this level, we can say that men also are victims of violence, but we focus on the majority, that is women.
Women.
Yeah.
Okay, so and you, what do you think about violence against men now?
Okay, as you say a few minutes ago, from 2017 to now, we have there is nine women who have been killed by their own husband, and many others are hiding. I think they are afraid, yes, to open up. So we have, I think there is many others, and we have to help them, every woman, to talk about that. I think there are many more than we think.
But can we talk about a kind of changement of mentality?
Yes, a little bit. We changed. There is really a changement of mentality.
From what side?
From, for example, education. We have many schools. Now ladies are allowed to go to school, and there is a law against children marriage right now, and that is really exceptional.
And we have many laws, so Tariba. And what should the government do exactly to respect all the laws? What concretely?
What we are needing from the government is the law that they have been written should be respected. They do write it, but I can say that it's not totally respected. So many children are getting married
Very young.
very young.
young.
They are not allowed to say no. Even their mother is not allowed to say no because it is a task of men. The children that you give birth, you cannot talk about anything about that children when she is getting married. This is a sad story from our culture because they say it is culture. Women should not talk when men are talking.
Okay. Oh, now, do you like a lady, a woman, be the president of the Republic of Mali, all of you?
Yes, of course, because before being a woman is a human being.
In this-
Then she should have the same right.
So in this case, during the last presidential election, the only woman candidate had less than 5%. So in this case, how woman be president in Mali?
You know, that practice has been perpetuated for a years ago. It will take time, but we sure will reach the goal someday.
You should have a car.
Okay. You know, we are also intellectual as a woman. We are not going to vote for someone because she is only a woman.
Yeah.
We need to be safe. That candidate have to bring us a good strategies because we are worried about our country, you know.
Okay.
So, right.
It's almost time, Madam
Sure,
Kone.
sure.
Yes, yeah.
Um,
Yeah. One more
I
question.
think not one more question, but I just want from all those lady a message. If you really want to have a message for all the women, all women here in Mali, and also from all the countries of the world, what will you say?
The message that I would like to say, as he asked that if women can be the president, as Michelle Obama said, women are smarter than men. Of course we can. When we say, as they say in French, too, derrière chaque grand homme, there's always une grande dame. Those presidents of the country, in the morning they are facing of the country, but in the evening they listen to their wives. What the advice she gave to them, that's what they do apply. Why can we not come into our voice, talk with our voice? And the message I would like to take to ladies that we should be confident. We should believe in ourselves. And we should join hands to work together. And I say together we can go higher. Thank you.
Yeah. Together we can go. Yes. Yeah, in the context of we must, what's your message to all the women from all over the world?
The message I would like to remind is that first of all, we a human being. We deserve the same rights as men, but it cannot be done without us. And we cannot lead the fight alone. We will lead it with men. We have to involve them. We have to bring them to that understanding that we are equal. We should go together, and we both will benefit from this, and our nation and all around the world.
Yes.
I would say to women, dear women, you are fighter, you are exceptional. Don't be afraid to show your passion and your ambition. In the world, we have to have someone who can attack mentalities in order to change them. And it can be as women. And we have a right to do it. We have to do it.
Sure.
Women are exceptional. Is by the ways this where we're going to put an end to this program. I was with Miss Jenepu Ibrahim Traore. Is an editor. The second one is Chariba Traore, always Traore. She is a leader. And the third one is Sitan Jakte. Sitan Jakte, Amnesty International Women Network Coordinator here in Mali, and my co-presenter Mariam Kone. Thanks all of you for coming here on Renouveau TV. So, dear fans of Renouveau TV, here takes an end this program, and we hope to be together next time at the same time on the same channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Weekly news.
Education, politics,
Economics, culture. Weekly news, a roundup of national news of the week on Renouveau TV every Saturday.
Weekly news, the news to English speakers.